Hello, everybody. sPidA here, DeFi Car Podcast, coming to you from Elmendorf, Texas. Today, of course, south of San Antonio. Being joined, Zachary Borrego, Eddie Fraire, and I got that correct?
Yes, sir. You got it.
There you go, man. But, bro, I mean, we are here at the Unity Training Center, man, and it's the workout you guys did was freaking intense, bro. I mean, both you guys have a fight coming up. This is going to be for Fury FC 70 in Edinburg, Texas. Now, you've never fought in South Texas, Zach, right? Correct?
I've never fought there, but I do a lot of training out there.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I mean, Eddie, I mean, you're coming off, the last time you fought there, unfortunately, was a loss. So
yeah, that's my first professional loss, man. I still feel like I kind of got robbed that fight, man, and I would love that fight back, but I just think me and that dude are just, you know, he's, I think, 2-3 now. I'm 4-2, going on 5-2 next month. So, you know, I've kind of just passed him up, but I would love to knock him out. Sure.
No, for sure. And I was going to say, man, I mean, because you're going back to South Texas, I mean, there's no animosity, it's all business. But is this kind of like, if you get that win, is it going to close that gap, or are you still interested in maybe fighting them later?
It definitely will feel like vengeance, like I got revenge back on the valley. But man, I know a lot of cool dudes out there. Yeah. You know, Moreno's out there. Hell of a fucking fighter.
Yeah.
He was my boy as well. So, you know, I got nothing against anybody from the Valley. I got some friends from out there as well. But as far as on the fighting side, there's no way in hell I'm going to go 0-2 against Valley guys. You know what I mean? I got to put it down for San Antonio, man. My first professional loss was against Robert Rodriguez, you know. Fight that could have gone either way. I feel like the last 30 seconds is what, you know, cost me the fight. But yeah, I'm going out there to knock Bayuko's head off.
No, and I was going to say, man, this is probably your toughest fight to date. I mean, I know the guys had a small stint where he wasn't training, but he fought against Peter Caballero the last time, man. But I mean,
yeah, Peter Caballero is no joke. I've known that dude for a long time, not known him personally, but I've seen him fight for a long time. He's tough. I know it, but you know, I fought Paris before. I fought some tough dudes as well, you know. So I don't know if he's gonna be my toughest fight. You know, I thought Drake was gonna be a tough fight. You know, I ended up being a 13 seconds TKO. So you know, it's just a matter of how it is. You know, and
right.
Obviously with the training that I'm doing now, you know, I don't know, man. It could be another quick knockout. It could be a tough fight. I'm not sure, you know.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, of course, both you guys just got put to the ringer, man. Did you guys spar against each other today? I didn't catch that.
No, me and Zach did. We have plenty of times though, but no, we did it a lot. I mean, Zach's a lot bigger than me, you know. But no, we have before, but we did it today.
No, and I was gonna say, because I was like, man, I'm gonna have you guys do a face-off after this for the YouTube video, man. But yeah, bro. I mean, but Zach, I mean, of course, you're coming off a loss, bro. I mean, this was for the Dana White Contender Series, and I mean, the experience had to be worth it, man. I mean, you went to out of your comfort zone. I mean, it was a big opportunity. It didn't go your way, man. But I mean, of course, you're back, you're healthy, and I mean, you're looking to get the win back, right? Get back on the win streak.
For sure. Like I said, that fight, obviously, Dana White Contender Series, it's an opportunity that you don't want to pass up. Everything about the fight, the circumstances. I just fought literally a day before that when I got the offer. It was probably one of my toughest fights. I took a lot of damage that, you know, I'm usually not accustomed to. And then, you know, there was just a lot of things that I don't want to make it sound like I'm making excuses, but we learned from it. And,
right.
And I'm excited to take the knowledge that I did. I spent about a month in Vegas training out there, you know, a bunch of high-level guys, and I'm just eager to get back. You know, we talked to my management, I've talked to Fury, and that fight, one of the big things that it taught me is, you know, I want to be ready for these big fights. It was the main event. It was against the most talked about pro fighter.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, he definitely had a lot of hype going in.
I'd be lying if I said mentally it didn't kind of get to me a little bit. And so I want to be tested. I want to get accustomed to it. This dude I'm fighting, he's an undefeated fighter out of Jackson Wink, you know, and most people would want to, you know, consider about this. But the way I think about it is where I want to get to, everybody's good. And if I'm not going to go through these guys now, it's just going to show when the time comes.
No, exactly, bro.
At this point, you know, it's I know the level of training I'm doing. I know the level of training partners that I have, the connections that I've made, you know, and it's you versus me at the end of the day. So that's what I'm excited for.
No, for sure, man. And of course, I mean, when you go to the regional scene, man, I mean, you want to get that type of experience. You want to fight good wrestlers. You want to fight better strikers. I mean, you want to be able to, you know, put yourself to the test, because once you go to the big show, I mean, you don't want to get out there and, like you said, you know, you want to have your not so much your weaknesses, but you want to see the holes and be like, man, okay, you know what?
Yeah, and that's a lot of, you know, like I said, everyone's always going to talk. Everyone's going to have their opinion. I know I turned pro in February, you know what I mean? And the build-up was happening, and this opportunity came, and it's, like I said, it's something that that you can't let just pass by. You know?
Right.
So I took the opportunity, and I learned from everything that I could from it. But like I said, it taught me a lot, and I'm just eager to get back to there. I know I've seen the level of competition that it takes, the level of commitment, and it's nothing that we're not doing here. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of getting there. So.
No, for sure, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, I saw you guys going through the training today, man, and obviously you're tired, man, and you're beat up, and by the last round, I mean, it's all mental toughness, right? I mean, this is something that you'd rather do here. That way, when you're in the cage, and you know, you got to win, or you got to,
That's
you know.
why I like, you know, training with Eddie and the guys out here is because it's hard to do that by yourself sometimes, you know what I mean? And not to say the guys that I have at my gym, but it's good to be around people who are all trying to get it at the same level, you know? I know Eddie's on the same mission, and if I'm tired, I know he's tired, and there's no point in me stopping when I see him going, you know?
Right.
So it's good to be around people that all have the same goal.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, of course, having this many people around you, man. I mean, it's got to be good because everybody, you know, like Ray was, you know, Coach Ray was saying, man. There's guys that have fights, and so when you're not fighting, you got to help them out, and vice versa. So that way, you guys always stay fresh and stay ready. Now, the end of the year is pretty, you know, it's right around the corner, man. Are you guys looking to fight one more time after this?
For me personally, I think the next fight after this, you know, first of all, I'm just focused on my opponent.
Correct.
There's been times before where I said I'm gonna finish him in the first round, and it's not gonna go past. I'm not worried about that more. I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? That's my thing. I need to get a win. After that, we'll see where it is. But like I said, I'm ready to get back to where I was, which was that UFC level. And so I think maybe one more win after this one on a high level opponent, maybe another undefeated person will get me right back. So I'm not going to rush it, kind of just let the opportunities come and, you know, let my management kind of deal with that a little bit.
No, correct. I mean, that's what they're there for, you know, to look out for you and make sure you get the right opportunities, man.
Right.
And let me ask you this, man. A while back, I mean, myself and Aaron Suarez, I mean, we always talk about you in a good sense because we're like, you know what, man? I mean, your record in the beginning you hit a little bump.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? Your biggest cheerleader, man, your brother. You know, he kept saying, you know, San Antonio's favorite, and it got us thinking, man. Like, you know what? I mean, can somebody with that kind of record? I mean, that's not that it was bad, but can they get that opportunity, man? And we were like, yeah, you know what? I mean, you start racking up a couple of wins, and you know, get eyes on you, which you already have,
for sure. So obviously, I started off on a bang, right? 10-second TKO, my professional debut. Then I had Robert Rodriguez, which I lost the decision to, which, again, I feel like it could have gone either way. Then I fought Paris. What a lot of people don't know about that fight is that the week before that fight, I nearly broke my ankle. You know, I had a big wrestler named Mo rolled on my ankle.
Damn.
I was about to pull out. Then the week of my weigh-ins, I ended up having food poisoning. So I had already talked to Eric. I was already going to pull out. We ended up talking. He was like, man, come on, just see it. And I told him, give me a couple days and see how I feel. I ended up not pulling out. And then obviously I lost a decision on that fight as well. I think 9 out of 10 people probably would have, you know, just not fought. It was just a lot of kind of things going wrong. You know, I took it on the chin. I knew I was 1-2. My next fight against Victor Gonzalez, I believe. I knew that was a do or die fight. I'm not in this game to be mediocre or less than that. You know, I'm in this game to be one of the best, and you know, to get to that high level, and you know, at the end of the day, make a better future for my family, not only for my kids, but for my mom, for everybody. You know, so for me, it was just one of those things where I knew my back was against the wall, man, and I had to, you know. And yes, I got a lot of support, man. I really do.
Yeah.
If you look at my last fight, man, the crowd was going crazy. I always say, man, I go out there and I'm gonna be the fight of the night. I'm gonna be the knockout of the night, and no matter where I go, I take that mentality, you know. And last fight, I said it before, you know, in my promo, and it happened.
Yeah.
It happened just as I called it. So yeah, man, I do believe that I am San Antonio's favorite flyweight. My brother's the one that's been calling that for the longest time. He's been saying that since I had a losing record, you know.
Yeah.
Now here we are. I'm on a 3-fight winning streak this year. I am looking to go 5-0 this year. So as soon as this fight's done, God willing, I'm healthy, man. I come right back. You know, after this fight, I'll be 5-2. I think that gives me, you know, some leeway shit to maybe get a co-main event, maybe even main event here in my own hometown, you know, especially with the way the crowd is for me, you know. So yeah, man, I want to fight again. I believe so. It's just rumors. I'm not sure, but if they do, I'll take it. If not, you know, I don't mind going into somebody's valley and fighting in there, you know, whether it be Houston, Edinburg, wherever it might be again. You know, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, because I know even Fury, I mean, they've gone to Louisiana, they've been in California. Even if they were to go out there, I mean, that'd be pretty cool, right? Go fight outside your comfort zone, man.
Playing, but I love to travel, yeah.
No, for sure, man. And let me ask you, man, as far as the training, because both of you guys work, you still go to school?
No.
Are you still going to school?
I work a 9 to 5, like hybrid schedule, 2 days in the office and then the rest online.
You see, and with something like that, man, because of course, I mean, your goal is to get to that level to where you get sponsors and you get that good fight money to where you don't have to work anymore. You can start training full time. But being smart about it, man. I mean, of course, you know, you always got to have that financial background. You got to keep working because, you know, bills don't stop. You know, we got kids and, we got Dad likes to go on vacation with you, man. I'm pretty sure that's expensive, bro. But man, and you know what? I gotta say this, man, because the support that you guys have been getting. I mean, I've had you and your dad in the studio, man, and he's definitely your biggest fan, man, and it shows. And the fact that you have that kind of support, and Eddie too, man. Your family's behind this. You got great teammates, great coaches that are behind you guys. How important is that, bro, in the fight game?
I mean, for me, it's really everything. Like, it's so many people. My first professional loss, this past loss, I really felt like, even though everyone says like, oh, you didn't let, I feel like I let a lot of people down. You know what I mean? Just I knew the level of performance that I was, wanting to put on, and I get it. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way, But that support means everything to me.
Yeah.
It's the reason. Kind of why I push myself to the limits that I do. The days that I'm tired, the days I don't want to be here, I know, like, I have people like Eddie who work a full-time job, have kids. He just said he only gets 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but I know he's still supporting me.
So he oversleeps, man. That's a lot of hours, bro.
But it's that type of level of support, from a teammate. It's people who have been there through the losses, as an amateur, that have still believed in me when it didn't look too good,
Right.
And so it means everything. It's something that, especially our culture, There's not a lot of people from the South Side that are doing some of the stuff that we're doing, and
exactly.
People latch on to that, and it gives. I don't want to say it gives people hope, but it makes everyone feel good, when they see one of us doing something.
No, for sure,
so
man.
It's something that motivates me and is 100% always in the back of my mind.
To that point, man, it really does give people hope. I've had countless messages, man, of people from school like, hey, man, what you're doing is you really light a fire under me. I want to do it. A lot of them don't come do it, but in their own little way, it does light a fire under them, So, yeah, it really does, man. It gives people hope, From the south side of San Antonio, you don't see a lot of people come up from there, You hear a lot from other cities, Houston, Los Angeles, all this other shit, They don't talk about south side San Antonio, So
No.
Zach and I are here, to represent for sure, man.
No, yeah, man, because both you guys have been on the news locally, man. Both you guys have had interviews through the local news, man, and that's a good thing because, people are starting to realize that, guys from the South Side are actually doing this. People see you guys fight in the cage and they think, oh man, that's nothing, but they don't see all the hard work, man. They don't see the days that you got to come in, like you said, tired. You're stressed out, work, everything, But you guys pull through that, and I gotta say, for something like that, does that kind of play a part in your mental fight game, man? Does that make you mentally tough to where you're like, okay, you know what? Once you get to the gym, you leave everything out and just concentrate on the training?
Yeah, for sure, bro. You've seen it. This is 2 hours of grueling. We were just here last night at 9.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I coached a kids class before, bro. There's so much variables that go through it. You're like, man, this is the hard part. The hard part is not going out on the Friday, not spending time with my mom, not, taking my kids out. People talk about losses, the main losses for me at least are the loss of time with my kids.
Right.
I kind of got to see them through, kind of from afar because of all the time. That's why I bring them with me, a lot of the ones that I can. Because if not, I wouldn't see any of them much, So it's tough in that way, But yeah, for sure, man, it builds up mental toughness. And for me, and I'm sure for Zach as well, the hard part is before the cage.
Right.
The cage is the easy part, bro. That's 15 minutes as compared to 8 to 10 weeks of just grueling working and just tirelessness of just going and going and going.
No, for sure, man. And I gotta ask, bro, because this fight, it's gonna be on October 30th, Edinburgh, Texas, of course, South Texas. Are both you guys going to be on the UFC Fight Pass portion of it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, and sponsors, man. Those are always important. So, do you guys have sponsors now, or where can they contact you guys to sponsor?
Yeah, I'm about to make a post about that. So, my last fight obviously was in the UFC, and they don't allow you to show your sponsors or anything like that. So, the guys that were with me in my last fight are probably gonna be with me again this fight.
Okay, cool, man.
But I'll probably make a post. You can get me on my Facebook. Zachary Taylor Borrego is my full name. I can't change it. There's a whole issue with that. But I'll make the packages available, and if the packages aren't what you can do, I'm all about supporting small businesses, people that are just coming up, so we can work something out. It doesn't have to be what they are. My Instagram, I'm pretty active, ZB_58, and I'll make the post there too. But yeah, and then if you just want to stop by the gym or something like that, and talk about some type of sponsorship, we can always do that. I'm literally always there.
No, for sure, man. What about yourself, bro? What can people
Sponsorships
contact
are
you?
huge, bro. For me, at least, there's sometimes where obviously we do a lot of stuff that costs money, the travel, all that. I just got a Brighton Dental. There's like 10 of them here in San Antonio.
Nice.
So that was a big one for me. So yeah, man, sponsorship are huge. Anybody who sponsored me previously or sponsoring me now, I really appreciate it. As Zach said, I will be making a post about it as well. So yeah, man, sponsorship are huge, bro. If it wasn't for that, it'd be tough for me to pay my bills for sure.
No, definitely.
It's
man.
tough.
That's
It
the
really
thing
is.
too. Like, it's not so much just like the way I think about it. Sometimes, like, man, I'm very my team around me has to be like, it's this much for what we're gonna do and how much training camps.
Oh yeah, you got a budget, man.
Everything is used. It helps us train. I just tore my gloves, so I'm gonna need to get some new gloves. I do a lot of cross training, and that kind of helps with that. So everything is appreciated. Everything is used, and I'm very thankful for all the people who've been with me on my journey that have helped me get to this point.
No, for sure, man. I wanted to make this short and sweet, man, and I appreciate both you guys. The fact that you're not winded, man, I'm surprised because, dude, you guys went through hell right now, and I'm tired just doing this interview, man.
I'm
But
taking a nap for sure. I'm taking a nap right after this.
6 rounds and then another 3, so like 12
Oh
rounds.
no, it was a 6 3-minute rounds. So basically, yeah.
6 and then the 4 big. So yeah.
no,
10.
you see, man, and that's insane, bro. But this is the stuff that people don't see, man. I got a couple of photos, images, a couple of videos. They'll be on the TexasFighting.com Facebook portion of it. But man, I
Another
wish you
thing
guys.
too, I
Yes,
just
sir.
want to say because like I've been on sometimes the training rooms is like everybody here is working on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some days you're the hammer, some days you're the
Oh,
nail,
yeah.
So it's whatever's given is going to be received probably next week. So that's just another thing too. Like we're all family.
And you just got back from vacation too, so you're a little.
There was a few bites, so I was like,
It's that taco right there.
Yeah.
Man, but I gotta say this though, man. One of the things that they brought up a long time ago, man, and I've always kept it to heart is that for people to stop trying to win at practice, man, because this is for everybody. You're not trying to beat everybody up. You're trying to get that workout in, put yourself in bad positions, get out of them, get that experience, and something like that makes sense, right? You guys aren't here to beat each other up. Of course, you want to stay healthy. You want to be injury free come fight night.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a thin line. It's not like you're trying to knock the person out, so to say. But you're not trying to get your ass kicked either. You're not trying to be on your back the whole round getting beat up. It's about working out the kinks. Working out what you need. To work on more. Whether it's for me at least, I'm more of a striker. But that doesn't mean I can't wrestle.
Right.
I take down wrestlers. I'll submit jiu-jitsu guys. So it's just about working on what you need to work on. But at the end of the day, it still is about knowing that I did what I needed to do that round. You might not have seen it as like I won 10-9 or whatever, but the winning is when you work on what you need to work on and you did it successfully,
Right.
So
It
yeah,
just picks up the room, the level of competition. Everyone's trying to improve.
No, for sure, man, and that's how you guys are gonna grow, man. The fact that you have your own academy with your dad, here in the South Side, man, the dojo karate academy, and with something like that, the fact that you guys are open to cross train, man, it's huge because a lot of schools don't do it, and more power to them, of course. But it makes sense, put yourself in situations where you're not used to because you train with people that don't have the same style, don't have the same stance. It differs. But man, gentlemen, I thank you guys. Hopefully before the fight, I'll try to get you guys in the studio, man. If not, we'll come back and rock and roll again and get a couple more questions in. But I appreciate you, man. Best of luck on fight night. And for those watching, of course, this is going to be October 30th for Fury FC 70. And pay-per-view, it's going to be on the UFC Fight Pass portion of it.
sir.
So, of course, everybody out there. Yes, sir.
co-main event. Let's do it, baby.
No, for sure, man. Everybody out there, of course, this is sPidA, the Fight Card Podcast. Till next time.